My setup isn't perfect. There's a lot of background noise. I've got fans going, and there might be some glare because I got a light above me, and I'm still trying to figure that out. But I felt compelled to do a reading for whoever needs it. So it's any sign. Um, it is currently, what is the date currently? I'll have my phone. It is Tuesday, June 13th, 12:47 a.m. So I guess whenever you come across this, if it resonates with you, it's meant for you. If it doesn't, it's not. Um, don't force it to fit, right? Like just take whatever resonates and whatever doesn't, it doesn't. If it's not your message at all, leave it for whoever it belongs to. There's tons of excellent readers here on YouTube, so I'm sure you'll find something that resonates with you. Maybe we'll do a video one day with like everybody's, we can get into a chat or something and we can talk about everybody's favorite readers or whatever. But yeah, so here we go. It's going to be just a general reading for whoever needs it, or whatever message wants to come through. Um, Doesn't want to shut. If the audio sucks on this, I'm not using any kind of external mic. I'm just using the mic on my phone. It's all being done off my phone. So, I'll work on making it better, right? We all gotta start somewhere, kind of thing. So, oh shit. And I'm dropping stuff. Yeah, I didn't even do like an intro. So my name is Melissa, Misguided Intuition. The joke is that I could tell you better than I could tell me, which seems to be. Alright. It just seems to be the way it goes, right? You can tell somebody else better than you can tell yourself. So there it is. You just bear with me. I promise I will try to get better. I can't promise that I will get better, but I promise that I'll try to get better. Anyway, thanks for being here. This is, yeah. These cards are pretty new. It's the Learning Tarot cards, and I just got them the other day, and they're really stiff. I probably could just grab another deck, but I like the way these ones read, so I'm gonna do like one more shuffle and cut the deck and hold out. Also, I have little hands, so if you see me struggling with the cards as we go along, it's because I've got little hands, and my hands hurt because I crochet, and so I'm pretty sure there's like a touch of arthritis in there somewhere. But yeah, let's see what comes out. It's just for whoever needs it, whatever general message pops out. So I might be having some problems with their, what we got here? Somebody might be having some problems with their marriage. New relationship. I'm seeing somebody out here might be having some problems with a relationship or a marriage where there's not really any equal give and take here. Maybe somebody is, one partner is acting single, one partner is holding on to all the money and not, being fair. That would be called financial abuse if you don't know that. But there you go. Um, it's a sucky situation. Been there. But I guess let's see what advice we can pull. So she's up here. What would be the advice for anybody going through this situation? Lots and lots of advice coming out here, so let's. This almost starting to feel personal. We got the Knight of Wands and the Four of Wands, and followed by the Death, and then the Nine of Cups. I just really feel like the message is that don't be afraid to reach out to your community. Don't be, excuse me, don't be afraid to reach out to your community. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. If you're going through a situation like this stuff is pretty deep. This is pretty hard for the first time, here, right? But anyway, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Um, with Death card here, and maybe, you need to think about getting out of this situation. Um, a lot of people don't like the Death card. It looks scary, and it sounds scary, and it's not scary. After death, there's rebirth, right? So after one thing ends, something else comes in, or something else starts, a really good analogy that I hear a lot of people use is like, in the fall, everything starts dying, right? And then in the winter, everything's just kind of like bleh. And then, after that, then the spring comes and everything starts coming back to life. And that's kind of the same thing here. Like, if you were in this really cruddy situation and you get out of it, you ask for help, you do what you gotta do to get out of it, and, let that situation, quote unquote, die. That makes room, clear that out, that makes room for something new to come in, and the new thing to come in will be Nine of Cups. And that would be what, Nine of Cups. You see, this person is sitting here all by himself with all of these cups. Like, it doesn't mean run out and get into another relationship, right? It means like getting right with yourself and loving yourself, filling your own cups. Uh, I don't know. See if there's anything else that wants to come out. Like final advice. Final outcome of the situation, whatever. However you want to call it. Anything else? And it's funny when I do this in my free time. Cards go all over the place, and now it wants to drop the deck. And we're gonna take the deck. We're gonna take the deck because that's what it says. Here, like the top of the deck, you've got Strength. That's pretty self-explanatory. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Star. So if you're feeling hopeless, don't feel hopeless. The Star is a really positive card. Like she's pouring into the water and onto the earth. That speaks of balance. These things balancing out. Stars are things that we make wishes on. We make a wish upon a star, right? So maybe if you're the praying kind, pray on it. And if you're not praying kind, you're the wishing card, wish on it. But here, hiding in here, we got the Hangman. every time I see this card, I don't know if anybody else reads it like this, but I always read it like you're only as trapped as you allow yourself to be. Because on the Hangman, he's hanging here, but he's like enlightened, right? He's got this glow around his head. He's enlightened. So like if you're in the Hangman position, he's only as trapped as he wants to be. At any time, he can just like reach up, grab this rope, and like kind of untie it from his foot and hop down and go about his business, right? So don't get stuck like that. Don't you know, like get up and take this little rope off your ankle and hop on your horse and go talk to some people, get some help, right? Let's see what these are. It's just kind of hmm. This is only temporary. Like this whole situation is not gonna last forever. Like this whole situation is temporary. This is not gonna last forever. This is this is a temporary setback. This is a temporary setback. You know, you're going to. This might be a test. You know, that's one of the keywords on here being put to the test. I've never read this way, but I guess since it says that, that kind of makes sense. Like this just might be a test of your strength. This might be a test of your. This might be. You know, other readers talk about karmic relationships and whatnot. Like, you know, when you go through that kind of stuff, you're definitely being tested. You're trying to. You got to learn something. There's a lesson that probably has to be learned here. So maybe take some time to really sit and think about that, see what the lesson could be, right? But honestly, you know, with just reaching out to people and you know, strategic planning, like really putting like instead of sitting in the energy of like, oh my gosh, this is happening to me, right? Um, Try to like step outside of yourself and look at your entire situation, right? And put it into the perspective like of if this was your friend going through this, right? Sometimes it's easier to do it that way, right? So if it's like your friend that's going through this, what and you were trying to help them make a plan, right? Um, like what would you tell them to do? What would the steps be that you would tell them? Like, okay, so the first step is your friend reached out to you and told you, right? Um, and you guys sit down and you talk about the situation and you see what's going on, and then you help them make a plan. And with the plan, they can start moving forward. They can start, you know, figuring their way out of this mess, kind of thing. Um, and I realize, like I said, for whoever needs this, so maybe this is not your friend, if this is you, right? But you're gonna have to talk to yourself. I guess you're just gonna have to be your best friend. Sometimes we gotta do that. You're just gonna have to be your best friend. You're gonna have to talk yourself through this. Like, this is what's going on, and this is what needs to change, and this is how I need to change it, and this is how I need, you know, what I need to do to move forward and get out of this situation. Um, but just remember, like, this is not hopeless. This is not hopeless. So, I don't know. I don't really know what else to say on that front. I guess I'm gonna leave it there. Uh, I'm sorry for, you know, this is a really crappy video or whatever. If there's other readers that like happen across this, like if you want to go ahead and throw your interpretation of this bunch of cards or whatever, if you want to throw your interpretation in the comments, it's cool. If you want to discuss in the comments, that's cool. That's cool. And don't be rude. You know, it's not your message. Move on. If you know someone who's going through this, you know, go talk to them. If you're going through this, talk to somebody. Talk to a friend. Be your best friend. Or I don't know. Just I guess interact. If this resonated with you at all, if you want to come back and watch me struggle through this again, um, you know, hit the like button, subscribe. I don't have an upload schedule currently. I'm trying to figure this all out as I go, and as you can see, I'm really disorganized, but we'll get there. Yeah, and I guess that's it. Good luck. Stay blessed.